Hey everybody, welcome back to another Pokemon TCGO video. Today I'm bringing you a deck that I've been really enjoying lately, one of my new favorites actually, and it comes with a Pokemon that I think you are all familiar with as well. So let's not waste too much time on this intro and get into the deck of our favorite purple existential crisis. Now I gotta say, even after putting out the video earlier about how to build a deck, and you know how you're supposed to kind of go back and forth with adjustments and tweaks, this one came together really easily. And I guess that's not too much of a surprise because I'm going off of the general idea of the Lunarock deck, which focuses on the Pokemon Go's Solrock and Lunatone here. But the main attacker, of course, is our Mewtwo V. Speaking of, why don't we go through all the different parts of this deck with the insight from that video. So main attacker obviously is going to be Mewtwo V, but we're going to be evolving him into Mewtwo V-Star. Now Mewtwo V has a decent enough attack, super Psyable, 50 damage, not crazy, but Transfer Break here for 160 damage, and all you have to do is move an energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon, which is going to come in handy later. So then we've got Mewtwo V-Star. Purge is the first attack. Discard up to 3 psychic energy from your Pokemon. Any of your Pokemon. It can be Mewtwo, it can be anyone on the bench. This attack does 90 damage for each card you discarded in this way. So we're looking at a potential of 270 damage per attack if we're against a V Pokemon, and we have Choice Belt, that's 300 damage. That is crushing everything. Now obviously you see this one has 280 HP, so if we don't have the Choice Belt, it's still going to take a little bit of time, but we can also kind of, if we know we're not going to be able to one-shot, we can at least poke it to get it ready to one-shot in the next turn. And then the real prep for this will be from Star Raid, the V-Star power, which is an attack and not an ability. So cards like Path to the Peak, which cancel out abilities from V Pokemon, aren't going, or Rule Box Pokemon, aren't going to take any effect here. So we're free to do basically whatever. The only thing that's going to stop this is a Manaphy on the bench, which I admittedly have pretty much no counter to. But we're just kind of hoping that we're going fast enough and hard enough so that we don't really have to worry about it. If we need to adjust it at any point, I suppose I can, but overall, I'm really happy with how this deck plays. But let's get into more of this later. So Star Raid, the V-Star power, does 120 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon V. And then of course this damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance. So it's a great way if your opponent is setting up. I think it's the best to do early in the game, because usually your opponent puts down 1 or 2 V Pokemon, is still kind of building up. You hit him with Star Raid, and then basically everything is ready to get one shot after that. Doesn't matter if they're V, V-Star, or V-Max. 270 damage on top of that 120. It's curtains. They're done. There's no coming back from that, really. So like, this isn't top tier or anything, but it's very fun, and from what I've been finding, pretty consistent, at least to get this strategy going. So now we're going into the backup attacker, which is also going to be our supporter, Lunatone. Now this card has the Moon Kinesis, which is going to be the main thing we're focusing on. Of course you have Cycle Draw, which you can discard discard a card from your hand. I'm going to get through this, chat, I promise. And then draw 3 cards, but the Moon Kinesis, this attack does 30 more damage for each psychic energy attached to this Pokemon. So if you just have the 3 required for the attack, you're doing 120. So 120 base damage essentially, and then there's no limit to how many you can put on this card, because as many as you have in the deck, basically. But we're not going to be fishing them out of the deck, we're going to be going from the discard pile with Solrock. And this Sun Energy ability is once during your turn you may attach a Psychic Energy card from your discard pile to one of your Lunatone. So we do have the drawback here of this card taking up a lot of bench space, which doesn't leave us with a lot of other room for maybe Manaphy to protect them, or even the Bibarel that we have for draw power here, that I'll go over in just a second. But the speed at which we can get off attacks, because we're going to be keep discarding attacks with Purge, and the ideal is to never discard anything from Mewtwo and just get as much as we can on Lunatone. Of course, these secondary support is Cresselia. Only running one of these, but even though there's only one, this card's been insanely consistent for me. Like maybe 70 to 80% of my games. I took this deck to locals last week, and oh my goodness, 3 games in a row, I got the combo that I'm about to explain off. And to the point where even my friends there were like, I know you're not cheating, but it definitely looks like you're cheating to get this. But anyway, the main thing we're doing for this one is Crescent Glow. And you search your deck for a basic psychic energy, or sorry, just a psychic energy card, and attach it to one of your Pokemon. If you go second and it's your first turn, instead search for up to 3 psychic energy cards and attach them to one of your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. Now, I haven't been, if I can't get Cresselia out, I try and go second, I try and get Cresselia out. If I don't, Cresselia is basically a dead card that I use to discard with other stuff, or I can basically use it as quick ball fodder, or something like that. There is the chance that I could be able to use this even after the fact by getting an energy on it early, fishing out an energy with another card I'll show you in a second, attaching that to Mewtwo, and then using Crescent Glow to attach another one and get Mewtwo ready to go turn 2. Though I do, or turn 3 at that point, he'll be able to attack. But being able to really get this going with turn 2, we have enough for the transfer break. Hopefully we get the Lunatone down, transfer 1 there, and then we're ready to start dealing with the Soul Rocks, putting those on, and using Psy Purge. And that's the basic bit. And then we have our draw power, which is the Bibarel, the Bidoof Bibarel line, just doing a 1/1 because, as you'll see, this is kind of secondary in importance. We might get 1 or 2 uses out of this, but overall we're going to be getting our entire deck drawn by about turn 7 or 8. By turn 10 we're running the risk of decking out, and we should have won or lost by that point anyway. So this one of course has the Industrious Incisors. You may draw cards once per turn until you have 5 in your hand. So if we're running a little low on cards, we can use this, draw a few more. And because there is a lot of discard synergy in this, we are going to be running out of cards pretty quickly. So of course we have 2 Evolution Incense. I believe we've gone over that. Those are to get out Bibarel if I need to, or the Mewtwo V-Star. Make sure that that is consistent. Fog Crystal's a new one that we haven't shown on the channel before, but this is very popular in Malamar decks, the Rapid Strike Malamar decks, or any really psychic deck. It's a very good card because you can search out from your deck a psychic energy card or a basic psychic Pokemon, reveal it, and then put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So we're going to be able to search out energy with this. We're going to be able to get a Lunatone, we're going to be able to get out our Cresselia, or we're going to be able to get our Mewtwo Vs, which are all very good options. So this is the consistency package here. Hisuian Heavy Ball here, you know that one, just to make sure that if we need that Bidoof or that Cresselia, or even another Mewtwo, or the Lunatone, any of these, really, having as many out of the prizes as possible is a good thing. Now, Ordinary Rod is where we go a little awry from the Luna Rock package, because the Luna Rock package, every one of these is under 90 health. So Rescue Carrier is much better because you can just get them from the discard pile and put them straight into your hand rather than shuffling them back into your deck. With Ordinary Rod though, we can do any Pokemon. So if we have to discard for any reason, if we're searching for something out, we're gonna have the Ordinary Rod to bring back the Mewtwo V-Star or any of the Lunatones. You know, it's just across the board. Usually we're not going to have to get any energies out of the discard pile because Solrock's gonna be doing it for us. But if we need to, that's here as well. But this is mostly to get basically any Pokemon out from the discard pile back into the deck so we can start searching it out again. And then Pokegear, kind of a, we can use it, we don't have to use it kind of a thing. This is kind of the mid-tier importance card, but it will help us search out any of the supporters that we have. Quick Ball, I think you're aware of that. This is for the discard synergy. We can discard hopefully some of these and get other Pokemon out, or discard whatever else we don't really need at the time. But yeah, we're trying to get these energies in the discard pile so that Solrock can work its magic. Now, of course, Solrock only works on Lunatone, it won't work on Mewtwo, so if we haven't put anything on Mewtwo, if the Cresselia strategy didn't work, then we're going to be putting that on first, and getting Mewtwo built up is going to be the goal here because, well, we'll get to the because in a second. One scoop up net just to get off the Cresselia off the field, because once it achieves its goal in the first turn, it's basically done. We could always keep it because it's going to be doing 120 damage for basically 2 energy as long as there are 5 energies in play, which is pretty easy to do with Lunatone. So having this as another backup attacker, more or less going to 2-shot the single prizers if we're up against one of those. If we're probably going to see quite a few Luna Rock matchups mirrors today, which I hope we don't. I'd like to see some diversity, but it'll be able to do that. It can take care of Miltank, no problem, but mostly we're going to be focusing on the Lunatone here. But yeah, that scoop up net, it's going to be good for another, being able to, it's basically a hard switch. You take the single prize Pokemon off of the active spot, you can replace that from any Pokemon on your bench, and then put it back on your bench, and it's pretty effective. I was using Palpad to get my, if I discarded accidentally any of my supporters, I could get them back, but I never used it, so I figured it was safe to cut, and that's why I put that in the last video, because I had that experience where I didn't have to use it, so I just cut it. 2 switches, making lots of use of that. 4 trekking shoes, this was the because from earlier. We're gonna look at the top card of our deck, and we can put that card into our hand or discard it to draw another card. So this is going to be great to put these into the discard pile and have extra draw power. Of course, we still have Path to the Peak in here. We could honestly replace this with something else, but it's more or less just to stop. If we see a Radiant Greninja in play, then they're not going to be able to have their draw power. If we see Mew, which I threw this out when I was playing up against Mew because then the Genesect can't use their Fusion Strike system, and I bodied them because they couldn't do anything because they had no other draw power in their deck. They had nothing to stop me. Or if they did, it was further in their deck and they couldn't draw it out, so haha. Anyway, Pokestop is the second stadium. This is going to be the one that we're focusing on the most. So during each player's turn, both players can use this one. That player may discard 3 cards from the top of their deck. If a player discarded any item cards in this way, put those item cards into your hand. I'm going to be using this a lot. This is why I was saying that I don't really need Bibarel because I'm going to have most of the items that I need anyway, which is this. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, these here, right here, all the way up to here. All item cards that we can search out. So even if I discard one of my Pokemon, my precious Pokés, into the discard pile, there's the chance that I will still be able to draw into the ordinary rod and just fish them right back out and search them, and hopefully get a quick ball or an ultra ball to search them out, or even the evolution incense, you know, anything works. So you're also going to see a bit of my strategizing to make sure that I've exhausted every option to get Pokemon out of the deck first before I use the Pokestop, because we're in a lot of trouble if we're wasting too many resources fishing something out when we could have just done that earlier. So sequencing is going to be very important. And then of course for supporters, we've got 2 bosses orders. Could use more honestly in case that pesky Manaphy shows up. I'm not running canceling Cologne because I've got these supporters here, but having that Manaphy, like drawing it up, canceling Cologne, then Star Raid, it would be an awesome feeling. I could probably swap that out with Pokegear if I'm being honest, but anyway, 2 Marnie, 3 Professor's Research, 2 Air Balloons, 2 Choice Belts, 10 Psychic Energy, and we're going to make use of every single piece of this deck. There's very little fat on this deck to trim off, and I'm really happy with it. Like I said, 1 locals last week. One of my friends there was running a Mewtwo deck as well, very similar build, but we were unfortunately playing best of 1, and he got a really bad hand. So I'm pretty sure he would have done much better if it was working, but at the same time, it is what it is. It just kind of happens that way. I'm sorry. I hope you'll still kick my butt in GLC tomorrow. So in any case, let's take this deck into some games. Alrighty, what do we got? Please, no Luna Rock. Okay, this is good. Oh no, I was about to say they usually let me go second, but then they didn't. All right, it's It's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. We're just not in the best spot we could be. Oh, and there's the Mew. That's gonna be fun. All right, let's see what we get here. Yes, we do want the scoop up net. That's important. We're gonna throw this down. Do we want this? Yes, we still want the switch. And then the quick ball. Yes, we will draw into the quick ball. Let's see what we can do here. We want to, let's see. We're going to, I said we wanted the scoop up net. We still want the scoop up net, but I'm going to quick ball away the scoop up net to get our Mewtwo on the field. And then we're just going to pray that there's no Marnie so that we can use our Bibarel and hopefully get things going. This is a much slower start than I would have liked, admittedly, but you know, it is what it is. What do they have here? They've got Rose Tower. Each draw 3 cards until they have 3 in their hand. That will be kind of helpful. We'll hopefully not need to use that. Of course, they got the Mew. They got a switch. They're going to use as many cards as they can so that they can use this Fusion Strike system. And you'll probably see why I don't like this deck. I bodied this deck before with Slowking. Of course, they're going to be able to do the energy attachment. Oh, man. Rough stuff. Rough stuff. I'm going to draw another one. Let's hope that they don't get another Genesect anytime soon. Power Tablet, and bye-bye Bidoof. Bidoof is done. Bidoof is kill. Oh, did he not use the Fusion Strike system? That is... Oh, goodness. Okay, well, maybe I'll just walk away for a little bit, get a drink, make some coffee, boil up some water, make some tea. That was terribly unfortunate. Terribly unfortunate. Don't like that at all. Well, now we can just do this. Professor's Research, discard the entire hand. And what else do we have? All right, let's do this now. We're going to do the Ordinary Rod. We're going to bring back the Bidoof Bibarel. Just toss him in there. I'm going to look for an Evolution Incense. Get the Mewtwo V-Star out. And unfortunately, we didn't have the energies earlier to get this done. But we can still do this. We have the Ordinary Rod in case we make an oopsie. The Lunatone's in there. That's not what we want. No, it's fine. We do that, and then we're going to use the Ordinary Rod again. I don't like using them so early, but it'll at least help us out here a little bit. And then we're going to do this. And then, oh golly. Yeah, we're gonna get started here. Ultra Ball those away. Get out a Lunatone. And start getting this energy going. Now we're out of cards, but we can potentially draw into something that will help us out later. Let's hope that we don't get too unlucky with the discards. The Bibarel would have helped us out in this case to get this going, but Mew, of course, being Mew, is very good at, just being Mew. Oh, there's that draw system. Do I see a second Genesect to let them draw out the rest of their deck this turn? Stay tuned and find out, folks. If they just go to attack, we're in good shape. Of course they've got a Power Tablet. Why wouldn't they? Now, do they have the VMAX? Doesn't seem like it. And they're going to go straight to the other Mewtwo. Okay. Not ideal. Gonna admit, not ideal, but if they attack this Mewtwo, we're in better shape. There's the VMAX. They just drew into it. I'm telling you, the draw power in these decks is wild. And they got 30 extra damage, Techno Blast, and we just lost our good boy. Love you, Mewtwo. I'm so sorry that had to happen to you. We're gonna do our best here. We're gonna do our absolute best. We're gonna do this real quick. Oh, we got 3. That's good. Let's see what we have in the prizes real quick. A couple of these. 1 Professor's Research. Path to the Peak. Okay. And 2 energies. Nothing. But we at least drew into another energy here. And then we're going to put up Path to the Peak, and that will cancel out Genesect. Now let's see if we can get a Professor's Research. We've got Marnie. I'm actually going to use the boss's orders here. So I'm going to do what they did. Let's see, what one is the hardest to retreat from? Let's see, that one. Let's see. I think we're going to go with the Oricorio and then use our Star Raid. And of course, the Oricorio reduces the damage that the Fusion Strike Pokemon take. But it is what it is. I can't do much about it. I don't think we have any more energies in the discard pile, which is unfortunate, but it, you know. Alright, they're going to try and do hit us with Melodious Echo, which is also problematic. I was considering bossing up one of them as well, but I didn't want them to get I think Elsa's, Alessa's Sparkle. And yeah, if we let them attach, then we'd be in big trouble there. Okay, so they're gonna do the Lunatone, which is not an issue at all because all we have to do is retreat. Bring out Mewtwo. Sun Energy, bring that back. Unfortunately, we cannot kill with this because unless it doesn't do, is it like Cricketune? Where it doesn't affect itself? No, it still affects itself. That's all right. Okay, they can finally start drawing cards now. But that helps us too because we can draw cards as well. We at least put them off a little bit. Unfortunately, we are in a tough spot because, like I said, that Bibarel doesn't always, it's not necessary. But what are they doing? What are they up to? Of course, they're drawing more cards. Naturally, as a Mew player does. There's the switch. Oh, goodness. This is going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. Because they're going to use the Melodious Echo, I believe, next time. Which is going to be... Nope. Cross fusion? Yeah, there it is. Oh, 290 damage. Just barely over. But that's Mew, baby. Like I said, Mew is top tier. This one, not so much. This one really isn't nearly as powerful as Mew is. But let's see what we have here. We at least have this. We have Industrious Incisors to use. No more Mewtwo, which is a real bummer. We're going to use Sun Energy. Then we're going to use Marnie. So we can at least attack again, but I don't think there's a world where we actually pull this off. Which is really sad. It's really, really sad. It's unfortunate. But it happens. Because we can at least prep for another Lunatone here. Set him up. And then let's just swing. Fortunately, aren't going to knock out. But we take 3. Well played. Yeah, oh, never mind. An expensive deck, but a basic one. But I appreciate that you're not a jerk about it. Thank you for that. Didn't notice that they were down to 1 prize. Yeah, there's very few ways to outspeed Mew. And if we'd gotten the Cresselia out, we would have been in much better shape. But they had us go first. Potentially they knew what deck we were running. With Mewtwo Coin, you know, it's kind of a dead giveaway. And if they knew that we were probably using Cresselia, which is pretty common in Psychic type decks, except for Mew because they're using Fusion Strike energies most of the time. Yeah, it's just, can't do a whole lot. So you win some, you lose some. That one is near top tier deck. Very annoying because it usually takes forever for them to get through a turn. That one wasn't so bad. And I appreciate them being a good sport at the end, even if it is an incredibly overplayed and unimaginative deck. But hey, I took part of my inspiration from an overused deck, which is Lunarock. So, I mean, at least I put a little spin on it, you know, but Mew is just really frustrating to go up against because you just know it's an uphill battle, though it is a fairly good litmus test on how you can perform. They they got all the right cards they needed, and Mew is extremely, extremely consistent. And we unfortunately did not get that time. So this deck is still fun, and you still saw that we were getting close to being able to start swinging. I don't know if maybe the boss's orders wasn't the best thing. Maybe I should have gone for the Genesect, or who knows. There are a number of different things that we could have done in that last game. I suppose I'm pretty happy with how it was played. It's just what we had to deal with was really rough. Okay, 2 mulligans, not great, but we have the Cresselia turn 1, and that is ideal, and we're going second. So this is an extremely good hand here. Extremely good hand. And we're going up against another Psychic deck, Shadow Rider Calyrex. I talked about this one in the last video too, so you'll get to see that in action as well. We're just going through, did they watch the last video? The TCGO is just giving me all these opponents that I was talking about in the last video. Okay, so they're using the Luna Rock engine works very well for Calyrex as well. I like Luna Rock as a support, but it is so annoying to deal with because it is so dang resilient. And it gets going super, super quickly. Now let's see if they can actually do anything right now. They can't attack. They're slowing down, so yeah, I don't think they're gonna do much else. We've got that on the field. Attach 1 energy. We're gonna look for 1 Mewtwo. Come on, game, don't do that to me. And then we're gonna look for 1 Lunatone. And oh, we are stacked already. Let's see what we get with this. Yes, we do want the Bidoof. And then if we're lucky and they don't Marnie us, hopefully they won't, because they'll be like, oh, he's only got 1 card in his hand. We don't want to give him more cards in his hand. Maybe they'll care, maybe they won't. But now we've got Mewtwo decked out with 3 energies. And we can get Cresselia out of the spot quick enough and use Transfer Break. Or yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we do. We'll see what we do. I think Transfer Break will still be the better option at this point. We'll see what happens here. Because they're going to need 3 energies for the Max Geist. Excuse me. Crobat. Okay, they're gonna put the Crobat down. Oh, they already have the Lunatone built. That I won't be super upset if they knock out Cresselia, honestly, because that means that this Lunatone's gonna get donked. They can still put down another one, but they only have 1 Soul Rock. If they get more down, then we're in more trouble for sure. I'd actually really like to see the attack come out now instead of a Marnie, because I really want to use the Evolution Incense. Oh shoot, I should have checked to see if we had the Bibarel. Oh, if we don't have the Bibarel, I can still do the Mewtwo V-Star. We'll be okay. So they're putting more on the. Okay, good. Because now we have that out of the way, and there is a Psychic Energy in the discard pile, which is fantastic. Oh, we don't even need. Okay, let's see here. Please be brought. Thank you. Ooh, that was close. I should have checked that earlier. I'm much better about checking that in real life. Okay, Sun Energy. Here we go. Industrious Incisors. Now we could still be in trouble here. Let's see what we have in here. Nothing. Okay, done. Let's do Trekking Shoes. Yeah, that's fine. Let's get rid of the Ultra Ball here and go for another Soul Rock. Now I'm playing like Mew. And then we're going to... We'll Marnie. We'll give them less cards to deal with because I'm pretty sure they're happy with what they've got. Okay, and then here we go. This, Path to the Peak, so now they don't have anything to work with. And we're going to smack the heck out of their bench right now with Star Raid. Now, the key to this, even if Lunatone can somehow waste Mewtwo, my Lunatone is going to be able to one-shot every single one of their V Pokemon now with how I'm going to be able to build it up. Unless they boss it out. So let's see what they've got. Okay, this is still a lot of damage that I'm going to take. They're gonna go for it. I respect it. I appreciate it. 210 damage. That is a lot no matter who you are. So we're not gonna Marnie because I don't want to give them anything else. We're going to use Industrious Incisors. See what we have here. That's pretty good. And then Mewtwo's basically dead. I wish we had the... I really wish we had a... Let's get rid of one of those. Wish we had the boss's orders right now. But now they don't have another Lunatone. So we're in pretty good shape right now. Even if they bench another one. Okay, they had the professor's research. Maybe I should have Marnied, but this is a gamble you have to take. Even if the Max Geist comes out and smacks me, Lunatone is about to do some work. And it's going to be very sad for them because they're gonna have to bring out the Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. They bring them out, hit Mewtwo. Because if they hit Lunatone, that puts me in a better position. What's the play? What's the play here? What do they do? They could start building this one up so that there's less risk, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna go for the other Lunatone. There he is. Yeah, that's good. That's a good choice. Underworld Door is going to be used on the other Calyrex. Okay, so they're not even... Oh, they're building up pretty quick here. And then put one on the Lunatone. Alright, I don't think Max Geist discards energy. It's just 30 more damage for each psychic energy attached to all Pokemon. So, what's the play? Bring them out. They hit me. That's good. 2 more energies in the discard pile. I've got a Mewtwo to start building up again. If I need to. Let's see here. Going to do Sun Energy. Sun Energy. Sun Energy. Are there any more in here? No. Let's see. What do we need? Because right now we're at 3 is 120, 150, 180. Still need a little bit more, I think. And then we're going to Trekking Shoes, see what we got. Yeah, we'll keep the Fog Crystal. Throw another Mewtwo up, just to let them know we mean business. Right? And then I think this should kill. This should knock if my math is correct. And there we have it. 3 prizes. Now, the tricky part is going to be surviving beyond this. That isn't easy. What we really need now is the boss to bring up the Crobat. The Crobat's what we want to hit right now, because it's going to take the least amount of effort. So they're building up the other Lunatone, and they might start swinging with that instead, which is slightly problematic. Not gonna lie. I'm not fronting with you guys. It is a little problematic if they do that. But we have the other Fog Crystal in here. Never mind, we don't have a Fog Crystal. It was a lie the entire time. Maybe I got a little ahead of myself. I should have put down the Pokestop at least. Oh, hang on. We might be able to do something. We might be able to do something here. Let's see. I'd really like the boss, because this is going to be a close game. I think they use the Marnie, so they can't boss me. I need to draw into the... I'll put up the Soul Rock, it's fine. Oh, there's the Lunatone. There we go. All right, and then we're gonna grab this real quick. Grab that. Don't need the evolution incense. We'll put that on there. Let me toss that up there. We're gonna do Bibarel real quick, because even if the boss isn't here, we can hopefully start searching it out with this now. Just Professor's Research, which, not ideal. Not gonna lie, not ideal. But that's okay. We're gonna do this now, or let's start attaching energies real quick. Really needed that boss's orders. Really needed it. Because now we're just in tough shape. We're in tougher shape. Not gonna lie. Let's see what we get with this. Quick ball. Don't really need that. Let's just get rid of everything. Get rid of everything. Don't need it anymore. We will put up... Toss this on this, I suppose. I'm taking forever with this turn. Trust me, I know. I'm well aware of what I'm doing to this poor person right now. We're gonna retreat into Lunatone. And then we're going to Ordinary Rod. We'll do both here. Let's get the other Lunatone in there, and I guess the Cresselia. No, I don't think that's gonna matter. Just the Lunatone for now. And then let's get at least one in there, and then we're going to... The Scoop of Net's not gonna matter at this point. We're just going to bonk him. Unfortunately, none of the boss. No boss's orders. But if they get a boss's orders and get the Mewtwo up, then it's done. But I don't know if they can't beat the Mewtwo. They can always knock out the Lunatone. It's just a matter of if I can get another Lunatone up in time. That's the real question. And I think I can. I know I can. We don't have much in the deck left anyway. So they're gonna go for another Lunatone. No, another energy. So they're gonna probably attach it to the Calyrex that isn't half dead. Which is what I would do, personally. Or they're gonna do both. I'm getting nervous. I'm getting shaky, guys. I'm getting shaky. They're drawing a lot. They could have stuff to put back into their deck, I guess, but yeah, there's the Ordinary Rod. I was gonna say, you're really risking it for the biscuit here. I made a big blunder. I made a big mistake attaching an energy to Lunatone from the hand. I should have attached it to Mewtwo, because that way I could still build him up this turn if I need to attack again. And then I don't have to worry so much about fishing out another one, you know? But let's see. Let's see what we got in the switch, and then the healthy one. Boss's orders, there it is. Can they knock him out? Oh, they can. Well played, I can't say anything to them. That was a close game. That was a close game. Even with things going super well for me, Lunatone is a really strong backup support because it takes very little to get going, very low cost to get back, and yeah, just really easy to build back up. So 2 losses today. Unfortunate. Definitely not a way to show off how much I like this deck, because I don't think I've actually gotten Mewtwo to attack. I don't think I've actually... I was able to attack once. I was able to attack once and use Star Raid, but anyway, next game. I wasn't trying to be cocky with this deck earlier by saying that it won. It performed very well, and it was very consistent. Maybe I'm just making some mistakes. It is still a fairly new deck for me. So, you know, there's still that chance that I'm not quite playing the best that I could with it. We are at the very least in a pretty good spot. Let's see here. It's a pretty decent hand. At least we're not up against a Mew or a Lunarock. I'm at least thanking my lucky stars it's not a Lunarock. Another Ice Rider Calyrex. Not another Ice Rider Calyrex, but another Calyrex. Ice Rider this time. Let's see what we can do here. It's been very hard to try and get these attacks off. I probably should have gone for the Bidoof in the last game earlier, just so that I could have some draw power because we didn't have the Pokestop. If we have the Pokestop, I think that's the condition for not needing. Okay, this is good. This is very good. Hang on, we're in good shape here. Let's get rid of this. And we have Bibarel line. We do not have Cresselia, which is a problem. That's a surefire problem. But we're not going to give up just yet. We're going to... We need items. We need the items. It's not it. That's not it. We're still going to get out the Lunatone at the very least. I really wanted to keep the switch. That's why I didn't use Professor's Research right out of the gate. We're going to discard everything anyway with Professor's Research though, so may as well start looking for the pieces to the puzzle. And then we are going to research. And then we have, no Hisuian Heavy Ball, nothing. And it's very possible that I got prized as well. But we're doing okay right now. We're doing okay. Don't need the Pokestop. We're good right now, and that's pretty fair. And then we will set up shop. That's basically all we can do at the moment. And just Sun Energy onto the Lunatone. And get ready to vibe. Now we just wait. What do we toss away here? We have one Soul Rock in the discard pile. We can get that back with the Ordinary Rod. Arguably could have done the Professor's Research first, though I was really hoping for the Heavy Ball in case we didn't get another energy. Though we have enough Fog Crystals and energies in the deck, well, that typically won't be a problem. We're gonna be able to find more or less what we need. Our consistency pieces are very good. I would say they're very good. Why are they bringing out a Drizzile? So that they didn't discard it there? So the discard works here for them because they can use the Melanie. We're gonna have to deal with one more Soul Rock. Gonna go straight for the Lunatone? Okay, straight for the Lunatone. Do I have another one? Let's see if I have another one. Pretty sure I have. Not in the deck right now. Not in the deck right now. So that's fine. We'll just do this real quick. And we'll do this real quick. And we're going to do Bibarel first, so we can keep drawing. Put one more here. We're going to draw Industrious Incisors first. There we go. Then we've got Ordinary Rod. 2 Pokemon. There we go. And then we do Fog Crystal. Bring out the Lunatone. The other one's prized. Yay us. Sun Energy. Sun Energy. Sun Energy. And we're going to Pokegear for hopefully a Marnie. Or the boss is okay. The boss is okay. The boss is alright. Gotta risk it. There it is. There it is, guys. There it is. Oh, goodness. Oh, good golly. Do we have any more in here? No. Okay, we're good. So instead of doing Star Raid, this time we can knock out. I think with just 2. Because 2 is 180 plus the 30 from the Choice Belt. I'm gonna be real embarrassed if my math is off in front of all these people. I think it's exactly right, though. Whew, and we finally, I promise you guys, we did not have this much of an issue with this deck beforehand. I'm telling you, it didn't happen. It's a myth. Now, Calyrex can still knock me out, which is very unfortunate for me. Might have even been better to still use Star Raid. I just really wanted the knockout on the... Oh. Oh, dear. We have the boss. You're just boss, right? We have the boss. We can bring it up. Can't kill it, but we can set it up for... Let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna keep Mewtwo just in case we need the backup plan, just in case, right? I'm gonna slap one more on here. I'll slap one more there. Boss it up and hit Psypurge for 3. So we're gonna go for 300 damage here, just to guarantee that even if they bring it up again, Lunatone is gonna clean up. Now I could have hit them with Star Raid. It's just gonna be a little trickier, like you saw with the Mews, to get Lunatone up to snuff with energy to the point where we need it to be. Now, that's good for them. They can do the Melanie, attach an energy here, and then draw 3 cards, I believe, for Melanie. And they're probably gonna search out a Capacious Bucket here. If I was a betting man, yeah, there it is. It's a very similar strategy to Palkia. This is water deck. I know they're consistency pieces. I know it. They are at least going to be able to swing on us here. That's good. That's good. For them. Not so much for us. Because this one is do 120 damage for each energy discard. You can discard up to 2. So they're going to be doing 250. 250 plus the 30 there is going to be 280. And we're toast. So, not the worst thing in the world. We're still going to be okay. For the most part. Now I didn't play Path because this guy doesn't have any abilities. And these abilities aren't stopped because it doesn't have a rule box. So, no point. May as well keep the Pokestop up there. And not run the risk of discarding any more cards that I need. So let's see, how's this gonna play out? They definitely knock out. That's the power of VMAXs. Of course, now I don't have to worry much at all for what they do. Well, maybe I have to worry. I'm not getting overconfident here. Trust me. I know things can go south very quickly. Do we have any more? I'm checking in here to make sure, because I can just do this as well with the Soul Rock here. Put it back on. Oh look, it hasn't used its ability yet. How crazy is that? I'm going to research. I think I'm going to research first, because I want one of these. I'm gonna look for this. At least if there's there it is, the Lunatone. Even if they Marnius, it's in the deck, and we don't have a whole lot of cards to go through anyway. So we're just going to Moon Kinesis, hit for 180. There we go. We take 3. That is good. That is good. And now I don't think. If they have the VMAX in hand, they can definitely bonk me. There it is. I want to say we still have this. Oh, we might not. We might not. We might not. Because right now what I need is the boss's orders to knock out one of their bench Pokemon. They didn't use support yet, so they can still use Melanie if they have it. No, they use the research, so they can't attack yet. Okay. There. Oh goodness, That was closer than I wanted it to be, but you can kind of see, how this does. And I wanted to build this deck because I was hearing that, it's a cool card, but it's not that good. People are finding out that it's not that good. And when compared to, other top tier decks, for sure, it's not going to take a top slot. But is it so much fun to play? Yes it is. Yes, when you get the strategy going, it just works and it just feels good. And I think we'll do one more game to see if I can show that there is more consistency here, if I can play it out a little bit better. But yeah, I might have had a few misplays. One more time I'll say it. This is still a fairly new deck to me. I did work on what I need to do for, the first 3 turns, but I haven't been put up in that many different situations against that many decks. So this is, I was able to win with the Mew VMAX a couple nights ago because of the path and being able to stop their draw power and finally be able to build myself up. But yeah, the Shadow Rider Calyrex hadn't faced up against, nor the Ice Rider. So crazy to see the one-shot potential in those decks. In the VMAX meta, obviously that's not going to happen. You're not going to see me get one shot there. This is unfortunate because this is turn 1. It gives the turn 1. Did I select the turn? I don't think I did. Anyway, let's look for Mewtwo. What else do we have in here? I think we have the Bibarel in hand. We got the Bidoof, 3 Soul Rock, and no more Lunatone. There's another Lunatone in the deck. Let's see what we got here. Yes, we want the Soul Rock. Put him up there. As much as I want to shut down, I think they'll have another thing here. Let's just... We're going to attach, get rid of the path, bring out the Bidoof, and either way, if they Marnie us, we're in pretty good shape. Chances are we'll still get the Ultra Ball or one of the evolution instances we need. But yeah, what we need right now is to focus on our draw power. Yeah, usually the Calyrex run the training course. So this one, you get to take a basic energy from your discard pile, put it into your hand. They can't evolve yet. We're still in good shape. We're just gonna have to take, oh, they can attack. That one is just special energies or stadium cards from the hand. That's fine, we just need this. We're going to draw 5. We'll throw this on you. We'll put this out. As much as no, I'm gonna research here pretty soon. It's the evolution incense. Get the Mewtwo. Put that there. Oh yeah, we can put this here. Put that on you. Then research. Sorry folks, I'm not done yet. And then we're going to search out another Soul Rock. There we go. Yeah, we'll hang on to that guy. Can't play the stadiums, but we will Crescent Glow to accelerate the energy onto Mewtwo and get some damage going. Hopefully we'll be able to accelerate ourselves fast enough to the point where even if Mewtwo gets hit, let's see, maybe this time, if they've got the VMAX, right? They use the VMAX, I swing full power with Psy-Surge, right? So yeah, Psy-Purge, excuse me. Which will put them on the spot of killing Mewtwo or letting my Lunatone come back out and finish them off. In which the idea there is to get them to panic and not think, retreat it, and then let Mewtwo Star Raid and knock it out from the bench. Instead of hitting Star Raid early, this is just hard to hit VMAXs, because they're just so darn tanky. Maybe play some mind games and just swing so that we can knock it out next time with minimal effort. I don't remember having so much trouble. Oh, that's because I was always attacking with Mewtwo next. Mewtwo wasn't getting knocked out so quickly. That's what it was. Mewtwo survived more than one turn. So it's really rough with Pokemon that can knock it out. And so just so you can see, even though I was saying how VMAXs are on the way out, they're still pretty strong. And they're going to be able to, if played properly, knock out V-Stars without too much effort. They are just a big liability if they're knocked out, because knockout 2, it's the end of the game. They are harder to knock out because 40 health is pretty substantial. In certain cases, it can make a big difference between what's a knockout and what's not. So it doesn't really, they're drawing a lot, they're doing a lot with their turn. But I don't think, what else are they doing? Got an air balloon. They're gonna, okay, so they're gonna attack with him instead. And then the Marnie, that's not bad. Actually don't mind that. Don't hate it, mostly because I have everything I need right now. And a Marnie myself. So let's see, what's the play here, my guy? What's the plan, Sam? All right. Oh shoot, I didn't see the damage that he did. 130. Okay, we're okay. We're sitting pretty. For now. Trekking shoes. Yeah, we'll hang on to that. Then we're going to quick ball that away. Grab one more Mewtwo. We're going to start building him up as well. Even though we can do this. Kabam. And kabam. We're going to do... I think we more need to mess him up. I think let's do incisors real quick, see what we got. Yeah, I say we more need to mess him up. We're Marning. Get those researches later. We got a boss as well. That's going to be good. So let's throw that there. And then we're going to hit it as hard as we can with Psy-Purge. And if we're lucky, they retreat it. If we're lucky, if we can get them to make that mistake, because they're still going to be accelerating energy here, so their attacks are getting stronger. But I don't think they've accelerated enough to be able to get the kill. So they're going to be... It's just going to be interesting, guys. It's just going to be interesting. And I want to have the other Mewtwo ready to do Star Raid just in case this one gets knocked out, because my poor Mewtwo's have been getting absolutely eviscerated. My poor purple existential crisis has been having just no existential crisis. He's dead. The entire time he's just dead. He's it's so sad. Oh, come on. Come on, what do you got? They're making a decision. I really want to see him discard 2 energy and hard retreat. That will... I'll do a dance. I'll do the drag dance. I want to see him do it. I want to see you do that. Let me see it. Show me the money. Gonna go for another... Oh, you have a Mewtwo as well. Very cool. Very interesting. Is he gonna start trying to build him up now? I think he's gonna do my plan. Air balloon on him. Okay. Retreat it. Please retreat it. The best thing they can do is attack. I want them to retreat because I think it's a mistake to do so. If they retreat and attack, that's also pretty good. Hey, that's pretty good. We'll see. We'll see what we get. There are several things we can do here. I'm gonna go, do you have the knockout on this? An Arceus? This is a very clunky deck that they've got. Okay. So they hit, and they do knock him out. Man, that is frustrating. Though, at the same time, let's see. Could do this, and that, and that. Then I can't do anything with my Mewtwo anymore, thanks to nobody. Good gracious. Okay, let's get that. Oh, I wanted the ordinary rod. Can I do over? Let's do over. Nuts. Nuts, nuts, nuts. Okay. Let's do, let's see. Do you have, you've got a pretty big. Let's bring you up. And then we Star Raid. Moss's Orders, that's nice. Soul Rock, that's nice. Lunatone, that's very nice. Now let's see, they've got 3 left. They've got 3 prizes left. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. So they're gonna put that on there. Good. I just don't think, they don't have a belt. So they can always accelerate. So let's math this out real quick. Let me embarrass myself once again. 30 more damage. So they've got 4 attached here. 5. 150. 160. He's doing 160 damage right now. We're pretty good. He's voluntarily bringing him out. Boss's Orders on the Lunatone, maybe? Because I could... He sees my game plan, right? He sees the game plan, but he's got to know that if he doesn't knock him out, then... Let's get into Arceus. He hasn't used a supporter yet. I'm just waiting. Like, what is he... What's the plan here? He's thinking. There may be a concede. If he's going through the same process as I am, I don't think there's a way he comes out on top. Because even if he one-shots the Mewtwo, which is not the case. Alright. Well played. Toss that on there. And then we just Side Purge. And that's the end of it. I never want to get too hasty and cocky, but I'm pretty sure that's it. An extra 300 damage. Make sure that's done. 3 more prizes. Oh, that damage scared me. And there it is. Okay, see? Okay, you can see. You know, when we're up against the mid-tier decks, that's okay. 1,230 damage. My goodness. It's just a really fun deck. Great for mind games. And man, it's fun when you can spread that damage across the board, even if it does nothing. Even if it eventually, overall, ultimately does nothing. It's still just, it feels so good to get just all that damage on everybody. And just, it really makes them start to think, what do I do? There were ways for me to come back from that one. They just started a little bit slower. They had a bunch of energies in play, but that one deck earlier with Shadow Rider was pretty gnarly, and we started off slow that time. But that's kind of the nature of the game. Sometimes you have good hands, sometimes you have bad hands. But I hope you can see here that when we're not up against super top tier, very synergized, very streamlined decks, it's still pretty fun to play. And that's the whole point of this. Not to make, you don't have to have a top tier deck to have fun with the deck that you're playing. And as long as you go into it knowing that, it makes the losses a little softer. I know, copium, right? But it really does help to be like, okay, maybe if I want to take on that deck, what do I need to consider? What do I need to work on? And I really believe that those decks are a good litmus test to see where your deck is at. Are you at least close? You know, are you able to get going a little bit faster? What were your misplays? It's a lot better to focus on what can go wrong when you're getting bodied out like that, you know? And I got thrashed, all right? I admit it. So I'm not trying to shy away from that, but those are very good decks. And if you lose to them yourself, huff a little copium. It's really not that bad. Any parents listening, it's not a real thing. It's just coping, you know, I'm not, this YouTuber's telling my kid to do drugs. A lot of stuff, though I know a lot of you are older anyway. But in any case, that's it for the Mewtwo deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope I give you some ideas if you want to try this out. Mewtwo V-Star is not expensive, but it is a little pricier than other cards out there. You're probably going to be running about $9 to $10 for the V-Stars and about $5 to $6. No, there's some out there that are about $1 for the Vs. So, and the rest of the deck is extremely cheap. So yeah, if you want to try it, build it yourself, give it a shot, or maybe use Lunarock in your own deck. I'm going to do a video on that, even though I really don't like how oversaturated the TCGO is with that deck because it's such an affordable deck. It is a strong deck, not top tier, but it's good. We'll talk about that at some point, just so you can, even if you don't want to play it, you'll know how to work around it because you'll know how it works. Though I think you got some idea of the inner workings of it in this video. As well as I talked about Regigate as well, which is another budget deck, which is pretty good, easy to counter if you know you're going up against it, but if you're just playing a normal deck without the intention of going up against it, a little bit harder. And of course, I will show you the basic deck at some point that will help you out if you run into a lot of Lunarock and Regigate decks. So anyway, I hope this was fun for you guys. I know I enjoyed it. I love this deck. I'm still going to be playing it. And I really love the combo, like trying to get that combo of that Cresselia turn 2. Unfortunately, wasn't able to pull it off as much here, but some days it's really consistent, some days it's not. Just got hit with RNG today, but we still won some games without it, so not all that bad. So any case, so I'm saying that a lot, and I'm getting painfully aware of it. So I'm gonna stop the video here. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day, night, wherever you are. God bless you all, and we'll see you next time.